Hello, children. Children, we have a national holiday on 2nd of October in India. Why? Yes, it is the birthday of two great celebrities, two great national leaders of India. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of a nation, and Lal Bahadur Shastri, the second Prime Minister of India. And children, there are many popular stories about Mahatma Gandhi, but a few people know about Lal Bahadur Shastri. And children, today I, Kahaniwali Nani, am going to tell you some stories about childhood days of Lal Bahadur Shastri. He was a humble, tolerant person with great courage and self respect, and he believed that hard work is equal to prayer. He also gave us a popular slogan, Jai Jawan Jai Kisan, which means respect the soldiers who guard our nation and also respect the farmers who feed the nation. And children, the story is Lal Bahadur Shastri as Nanhe. Children, you can hear more such interesting stories on my YouTube channel. Subscribe the channel and do press the bell icon so that you never miss a new story from me. If you like the story, click on the like icon, and you can also share the story with your friends by clicking on the share icon. And now the story, Lal Bahadur Shastri as Nanhe. This is a story of Lal Bahadur Shastri when he was a small boy. He was affectionately called as Nanne. Children, Nanne means the little one. As a young boy, Nanne was very courageous. He had high self respect. And children, Nanne lost his father when he was just only 1.5 years old. It was his mother who brought and educated him. She faced a lot of difficulties. Nanne studied in Harishchandra High School in Kashi, and children, Kashi was 8 miles away from his home. It was very far, but yet Nanne took no conveyance to school. He walked all the way to school. Not only that, while going to school, he had to cross the river Ganga. And children, in those days, there was no bridge for crossing the river. Anybody who had to cross the river would go through by a boat, and the boatman would charge 2 paise as a fare to cross the river. Nanne knew that he had to pay 1 anna every day for crossing the river both ways. And in today's currency, we can say it would amount to rupees 2 every month. And children, during those days, 2 rupees would be considered quite a handsome amount. Nanne was aware of the financial condition of his house, that his mother was educating him with great difficulties, hardships, and he did not want to burden her more. So, what he did, instead of asking 2 rupees for the conveyance, he learned to swim. Every day, he would tie the books on his head and swim across the river to go to school. Now, once it was a cold winter morning. Nanne was going to school. The water of Ganga was very chill and cold. Nanne jumped into the river to reach the school. Now, Nanne had still reached the middle of the river when some people who were traveling by the boat saw him. One of them, pointing towards Nanne, said to the boatman, "Hey, look, there's a small boy in the river. He's drowning. Draw the boat close to him. We can save him." Hearing this, the boatman immediately brought the boat near Nanhe, caught his hands, and pulled him up into the boat. Nanne stood straight and started looking at the people. There was no trace of fear or anxiety on his face. The people were amazed. They had thought that the boy would be scared, fearful, trembling. Instead of that, Nanne was standing courageously, smiling. One of them said, "Thank God we saved you. You would have been drowned by now." It is not advisable to show such courage swimming in the river in this cold morning. Nanne said, "See, courage and bravery is a virtue and one should be courageous. See, during our lifetime, we come across so many challenges, so many difficulties. We have to face them with courage. If I will not be courageous from this moment, then how will I face the difficulties? How will I accomplish difficult tasks in my life?" All the people were impressed by him. Yet one of them said, "What are you saying is true. But why did you choose to swim at this hour of the morning? The water is so cold. You might be freezed. You should have come to swim in the afternoon." Nanne smiled again and said, "But sir, I have not entered the river to swim. But I am going to school. I am crossing the river to reach the school." The boatman said, "In that case, if you're going to school, why don't you go by a boat? Why have you to risk your life?" Nanne replied calmly, "See, I am a poor boy. I have no father, and my mother brings us all up with great difficulties. See, if I go by a boat, I will have to pay 4 paise every day. And I don't want to burden my mother more. So I learned swimming instead of going by the boat, and this way I save 4 paise every day." All the people in the boat looked at him with amazement, with great admiration. They patted him and said, "Wow, you are a great boy." And now another story about his childhood days. Children, tell me, when you need a book for school, what do you do? Yes, you tell your parents and they buy it for you. And yes, even while studying, Lal Bahadur Shastri needed an English book in school. But yet, he knew he couldn't afford it to buy it. Every day he would get a scolding from his teacher for not bringing the book. And one day the teacher canned him and warned him, "Nanne, tomorrow you have to come to school with the book, English book. And mind you, otherwise I will not let you enter the class." Nanne heard this. He did not want to miss the studies, but also he did not want to burden his mother. And then what did he do? Yes, the next morning he was with the book in his bag when he went to school. The teacher asked, "Nanne, show me your book, your English book." And Nanne, he took out the book from his bag and handed to the teacher. The teacher opened it and was amazed and said, "What is this? Why have you written the whole book?" And Nanne said, "Sir, actually my father is no more. And I am well aware of the financial situation of our family. I cannot afford to buy a book. But I didn't want to miss my studies. So I borrowed the book from the friend and I sat whole night under a lamp post which was near my house and copied every word, every sentence of the book. And yes, I returned the book to my friend in the morning as I had promised him." And children, tears rolled out of the eyes of the teacher. He hugged Nanne and said, "Wow, Nanne, you are surely going to be a great man in future. God bless you." And children, really, this Nanne That is Lal Bahadur Shastri, by his hard work, honesty, courage, and self respect, became the Prime Minister of India. So, children, what do you learn from the life of Lal Bahadur Shastri? Yes, you can achieve success, but only by courage, honesty, hard work, and self respect. Nothing is difficult for anyone, only you must have the courage, the sensibility to overcome it. And children, how did you like the story, Nanhe Lal Bahadur Shastri? We'll meet you again next week with another story. With till then, goodbye. Take care.